Awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this dreary afternoon. We have some exciting things here in the city of Westbrook. The weather will hopefully be better tomorrow and we can enjoy, but I wanted to share something cool that's happening in our city. For those who don't know, company by the name of American Roots. They've been located here in the city of Westbrook at the Dana Wart Mill for a number of years now. They provide a lot of clothing type material on a regular basis. You can check out their website for the different things that they offer. But given the COVID-19 crisis that we found ourselves in, they found a way to retool their factory and make some adjustments to now deal with this situation and help the first responders and medical personnel with the production of personal protective equipment. So we're really excited to have the owner of that company with us, Ben Waxman. He's joining us live from the Dana Wart Mill while I'm here at City Hall. We also have our Economic Development Director, Daniel Stevenson, joining us. But let's take a stroll over to the Dana Wart Mill with Ben Waxman, the owner of American Roots. And Ben, just tell us about what you guys have been working on for the last few weeks and now what you're producing here in the city of Westbrook to help with the response.
Sure. Thanks, Mayor Foley, and I want to thank Dan Stevenson and Jerry Bryant and all of the councilors and elected officials and government officials of Westbrook. My partner, Whitney Reynolds Waxman, and I are incredibly grateful for everything that the city of Westbrook has done to welcome American Roots to Westbrook 2 years ago. We are in the Dana Wart Mill. We have about 20,000 square feet, that just under 20,000 square feet, that everything came to a crashing halt about 4 weeks ago when we had a mild scare of someone potentially having the COVID-19 virus. That was a Friday afternoon. We immediately had a staff meeting. We told folks what the situation was. We waited for the results. This was over the weekend. They came back negative. Thank the Lord. From there, we immediately called for a board meeting with our board of investors to think about what do we do going forward. The first and foremost, the most important thing,
American Roots and Whitney and I and our board, is the safety and well-being of our workforce. There is nothing more important than our workers being safe and being able to work in a safe environment. So we immediately consulted with our board. It was agreed upon that we would shut the factory down for a week to clean, to sanitize, and to evaluate where do we go from here. Like so many companies across the country and across the state and in Westbrook, this was a freight train. None of us really had time to comprehend what was coming. Fortunately, we as a company immediately began to discuss the idea and concepts of producing PPE products for frontline workers. Our nurses, our doctors, the firefighters, the EMS workers, cops, they are the true heroes of the COVID-19 battle. And I would add in their teachers, because there's so many kids home right now with their parents. Those teachers are still working. So a shout out to them, including my brother. The initial thought was, what can we sew? We have a workforce. We have a highly trained workforce, skilled workforce that pumps out thousands and thousands and thousands of sweatshirts and t-shirts and jackets and vests. And we had to come up with, what can we do? Well, our good friends over at Flowfold reached out to us about assisting with manufacturing capacity for face shields. Face shields are one of the 5 or 6 critical PPE level 1 products that was desperately needed and is still desperately needed for frontline workers. We consulted internally, could we do this? The answer was yes. On a Monday, we had laid off our workforce, 80% of our workforce, and by Friday we were hiring everybody back, bringing them back on the payroll. We began our partnership with Flowfold to produce face shields. That began about a week and a half ago. We've pumped out over 12,000 face shields to date out of the factory, and we're getting ready to roll out this coming Wednesday a washable, reusable mask with a filter that can be used by the general public or other folks on the front lines. Nothing we have is FDA approved. However, we're working with some really great folks out of Connecticut on the mask piece, and Flowfold has done their consultation with Maine Health, who was the first purchaser of face shields. So we have adapted and moved forward. It didn't come easy. This was us tearing down our entire factory, which I'll walk you out to and show you, and rebuilding it essentially with the help of our good friends at IATSE Local 114, the Stagehands Union. Spent an entire Saturday on their own time after most of them, actually all of them, being laid off themselves, to help us get the factory up to a place where workers could work safely, that we dropped nearly 4,000 feet of plastic from the walls and ceilings to keep it contained, workstations contained, and spacing. You know, the key is keeping that distance. We also had to work with our workforce and our union, who we are grateful for, the United Steelworkers, to make sure that everybody was getting the allocated breaks they needed, but limiting the number of people on those breaks because we wanted to limit interaction. So there was a ton of work that had to go into us even getting to production, and we did that. Fortunately, we're happy to announce that we are ramping up. We're actually hiring additional staff to work on PPE production over the next couple of weeks. And we hope to produce as much as possible, because the folks on the front line we've shipped to different parts of the country so far are in desperate need of this stuff. And we're just happy and grateful that we're able to help. Whitney and I, we're committed to providing a safe workforce, and first and foremost, but we're also committed to pushing as hard as we possibly can push to make sure that people on the front line have what they need.
Well, that's an awesome story, Ben. Thank you so much for sharing, and it's awesome to see that your union friends with the local stagehands union were able to come out and to help you get that factory retooled. I'm friends with a couple of them, so it was cool to see that on their Facebooks and see the work that they were doing to help you and your organization do that. And one of the greatest things about the production of PPE right here at Westbrook, as a Westbrook-based business, it was important to Ben to help us here in the city of Westbrook, and we were able to put in an order for PPE to protect our public safety personnel. So it was awesome to be able to have that direct need met right within our own community, rather than ordering or waiting months, which some people are waiting in other parts of the country. So it was awesome to be able to be one of those orders, to be able to spend our money that we need, spend our money locally right here in the city of Westbrook with a local business. So it's very exciting. Well, thank you, Ben, for sharing that. If you want to take us on a quick little tour, we know you guys are crazy busy. We don't want to waste too much of your time, but we wanted to be able to showcase the amazing work that you're doing here in the city of Westbrook, and that the city of Westbrook right here is helping to solve a problem nationwide. And like Ben said, they are hiring. You know, I'm sure check out their Facebook page or their website. They probably have more information on that. But we'll now turn it over to Ben to give us a little bit of tour of what they're doing.
Sure.
Ben?
Yeah, and you know, we work with some incredible businesses here in Westbrook. Table 6 Designs, which is right in our factory, and Extreme Printing and Screen Printing across the river from us have been incredibly awesome partners as we're growing. And even through this PPE process, especially as we roll out washable masks, some of our clients want to have identification on those masks, and we're able to do that because of local businesses right here in Westbrook. So that's a hat tip to our community. So I'm gonna walk you through the factory. We are wearing masks at all times. I don't wear one when I'm sitting at my desk, but I will wear one here. My wife, Whitney, who is running all the operations, she's been in development with our development team and moving at rapid pace. Our senior team has been working 15 to 16-hour days for about the last month. Tom and Nancy are part of our front office. And what you'll see behind me is if you typically walked into our office, you would see a wide open 17,000 square foot factory that was open space. When IATSE Local 114 came in, we realized we needed to cordon off areas so people were able to work. We cordoned off our cut room area. We're actually now cutting in Massachusetts for the time being due to the quarantine and also to prevent fly. Our typical cutting of material happens right here on this 90-foot table. But you can see we have wall-to-wall plastic from floor to ceiling throughout the whole factory. I'm going to walk into the production area and we'll see what's happening. Right now we have about 30 folks assembling face shields, like I said, in conjunction with FlowFold. I'm going to turn the camera the other way. This is one of our R&D quadrants. This is another R&D quadrant, and what you can see here are folks from our team. This is Ian. And our rest of our team, that's our general manager, Amy, over there, and Greg and Muna. That's Anam, who's the head of the union here, and Zita. Everybody's working in teams to produce the face shield, which, can I see one of those face shields? Do something? Yeah. This is a typical face shield that was actually delivered yesterday to the city of Westbrook Fire Department and EMS. Folks are working extremely hard. Shift starts at 8 o'clock and goes until 4 p.m. and we have folks working overtime as well. You can see it's a much different factory, and for those of you who are watching, this is a much different setup for American Roots. We'll put out another 10,000 shields this week, and then when we begin the washable mask prototypes, which go to production on Wednesday, we'll average somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 masks a day once we get ramped up to scale. So we're busy. We are hiring up, which is a good thing, so we can get as much out as possible, as fast as possible. We're just excited to be able to help in a time when folks really need the help. Mr. Mayor?
Well, thank you so much, Ben. We know that you guys are crazy busy, and we just wanted to have an opportunity to share this positive story with residents of the city of Westbrook. Again, as Ben said, they are hiring. So if anyone finds themselves without work or needing an opportunity, definitely reach out to them at their website or their Facebook page. But we're excited to see the great work that's happening in the city. We thank you for getting material for us here in the city of Westbrook, and we thank you for doing what you can to help our nation through this difficult time. We hope you guys have a wonderful day. Let your workforce know that we're cheering for them and that we're excited about the work that they're doing to help everyone in this crisis. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and have a good day, everyone in the city of Westbrook.